Hello, and welcome to Q&A freaking Thursday. Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite show of the entire week.
Yeah.
Joining me today is Miss Sydney Brigwin.
Yep, back at it. Super excited.
Back in the hot seat, Sid. We got you chained to the table here.
Yep.
And over in the ether, we have somebody else that you guys are very familiar with. His name is Dane Hennon. He is the son of the owners here at the Rag Company.
It's the only reason I'm on here, I guess.
He provides some of the best back-end support with the comments, and he also creates a pretty good thumbnail. So, Dane, how's it going back there?
Pretty good. I felt happy about this week's thumbnail. I thought people enjoyed you with your bobblehead riding a motorcycle. That seemed fun. Yeah. So if anybody's wondering, I do make all of our thumbnails. So basically, if it's on the main channel and it's a thumbnail, I made it for videos, live streams, whatever.
Yep. Dane puts max creativity in those thumbnails. And for people who love Easter eggs, there's usually some form of Easter egg in every single thumbnail.
Yeah.
And
did anybody see SpongeBob's house in the most recent one, the deep clean? It's in there.
I don't think anybody did, Dane, but I don't want to know how much time you spent doing that as well. So, also joining us today, we have Mr. Gabriel Garcia in the wash bay.
What's up, Anthony? Big head Anthony. Can I say that? You can't say that, right? Are we not going that route?
It's more like cadence in which you say the things, and you kind of carry yourself.
I need to do the "What's up, guys?"
You don't have to do any of that, actually. You could just say, "Hey, it's Gabe," and
hey, what's up?
That's
still working on the opening. I don't know. You guys tell me, which do you like better of those three choices?
Definitely going to get there here eventually. So, Gabe, what do we got going on over there in the wash bay?
So I am told that we're washing this Toyota Corolla. It is owned by a certain person of Dane's.
Don't say it like that.
That's a weird way to phrase it.
Dane doesn't own this person have ownership or anything like that.
Okay,
it is a friend of Dane's.
It's a daily driver.
Basically, we're going to do a wash on Dane's girlfriend's car.
There we go.
Yes. So if we're going to put titles on things, you can use that as well. I was just going to say a friend of Dane's, but that's
a friend of Dane's.
Also fine. Wow. So, Gabe, walk us through. What's the shape of this Corolla? What does it need?
So it looks like the car hasn't been washed for a long time. It's pretty dirty, and there's a lot of embedded contamination on the front, the rear, and with my gloves, I can definitely feel it deep in the pores. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack the wheels and tires, Armor Wheel and Tire Cleaner. We're going to do a reset on the paint surface. We're going to do active foam, so we're going to get in there nice and deep light. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do GSF. I'm not going to do a contact wash because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into claying while the GSF is on the paint surface. Ooh. So I'm going to get in there and get it cleaned. I'm utilizing our nice, sweet, sick Rag Company foam cannon. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over and I'm going to do a rinse aid utilizing Hyperseal.
Nice.
I'm going to do OG tire cleaner, which you can get on Amazon. On the tires.
Dressing.
Oh, yeah, it is dressing. I said cleaner, didn't I?
That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, such a noob. I'm going to do the screwball with that. The other thing that we're going to do today, which we've seen quite a bit of, we did a test spot earlier on one of the B-pillars, but we're going to use a magic eraser and we're going to kind of clean up the trim. The reason why we're going to do the magic eraser versus polishing it is we want it to have that nice satin or matte finish versus sometimes if you've polished certain plastic pieces, it makes it more gloss. So we want to get it back to original on that front. I'm going to use full send for the fender wells, and then what I'm going to use panel prep and trim plus and restore some of the plastics. If I have time in the live, which I don't know what time allows, I am then going to pull out this sweet, sweet, sweet headlight polishing kit and try to polish out some headlights. So that's essentially what I've got going on in this car. Not much, really,
Yeah, you got a lot going on over there, Gabe, and we're really excited about today's show. We cannot wait to see this Corolla look even better than ever.
I wonder how many jokes I can throw in for you there, Anthony, just for you specifically.
We don't have to do any if you don't want to, but if you want to throw some in, by all means, we're just not paying for them. Sid, what is new?
What is new?
What's new with you? How was the holidays? How was Thanksgiving? Your favorite meal of the year?
It was so good. So did you hear that I held Tony Mazzell hostage and made him stay here?
No, you can't admit that here.
I can't.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Did.
It's a crime.
Yeah. So
It's a crime.
actually, Delaney told him he couldn't fly home, and so he stayed with us the whole week.
So don't bring Delaney into this. You could have just she is an accomplice to your crimes.
When I realized that I may have said something illegal.
You held this very short man hostage. He can't. He's not strong enough to fight for himself.
Right.
So that's a big deal.
It was against his will, but yeah, we had a great time.
So what did you guys end up doing? What did you guys end up eating?
So we worked on some product stuff. We worked on some cars. We went shopping. We made a lot of food. All we did was eat all week, but had an absolutely amazing Thanksgiving. It was so good. Oh, and it was his birthday too, so we celebrated his birthday.
Oh, no way. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it was really good. He got to stay up late with the 2 teenagers and hear about all the woes of being a teenager in 2025.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty exciting.
When we were kids.
He showed him what it was like to be a single guy in your 30s. In 2025. So there was a lot of learning happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was really good.
Gotcha.
So had a fantastic week. Yeah.
Yeah. Who had it worse, right? The teenagers or the single guy in his 30s?
Yeah. I do think that probably...
It's a tight competition, really.
I do think it was a tight competition. I think that by the end of the week, Tony was like, would you just break up with your girlfriend already? To the 17-year-old boy. Yeah.
Wow.
I do think there was a lot of that. Yeah. Where he was like, cut her off.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tony's pretty honest.
Yeah, but no, had an excellent Thanksgiving. How about you?
Awesome. Yeah, so no, mine mine was great, Sid. So Thanksgiving for me every year is always one of those things where I go, why is there this much stress around food that is pretty good? I, again, am not a huge Thanksgiving food guy. So I think it's okay. It's all right. It's pretty good. Don't think about it often.
Now I will look forward to that day for a whole nother year.
So for me, it's always been a stressful time because what happens is whether me and my wife decide to host it or I go to my parents' house or somebody's house, it's always the stress of, hey, what time are we starting this turkey? What time are we doing this? It's so much coordination of when are people coming over? What is happening? Because you have to time everything with cooking.
Yeah.
It's a huge pain, right?
Yeah.
So this year we did something different and we did the Costco Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Which is it's a Costco turkey. It's a Costco thing of green.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty full.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe around the time of the Supersize show. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's just kind of getting full. And
I don't know.
I mean, you have plenty of leftovers, but yeah, we had a good time. And then I had some family coming to town. My older sister came in from California and got to visit for a few days with my niece. And we got to do some fun things. Went and did an escape room here in Boise, and
fun.
then went out to a couple dinners. And it was just a good time. It was nice to do that. And I also went out to the Caldwell, what's that? Dane, what's it called?
Oh, the light parade or whatever?
Oh, you're talking about the Indian Creek lights?
Indian Creek, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's all right.
Nice. Yeah.
It's all right.
He was pretty down on it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Again, it's kind of like Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to blow you away,
right. Yeah.
But it's definitely something to do to kill about an hour or two, right?
Yeah. Celebrate your enthusiasm.
Sorry.
Okay, it was all right.
No,
because most of your stories so far have been not so I wouldn't say negative, but not uplifting. You know,
aggressively mid.
Mid is a good term.
Because I'm describing a mid Thanksgiving, really. I mean, it's just a kind of a mid holiday, right? But I mean, if you get me excited about something, then absolutely. But I think it's just a true transfer of my enthusiasm. I'm not gonna lie to people. I'm gonna be honest.
Even when you were younger, you never
What's
had
your favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Favorite holiday things I get excited about. I do get excited about Halloween for sure. I don't think we really covered our Halloween this year as much, but I had a total blast. Right? I think that was a ton of fun.
Cool.
And then also things I love. I weirdly have a good time at the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Something about illegal fireworks and setting fields on fire.
Yeah.
It's exciting, right?
Yeah.
Christmas, right down the middle.
Yeah.
It could be really, really good, or it could be just like, hey, it was Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. Now that I have kids, though, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so, needless to say, I really like all the holidays that are kid-focused. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
Even St. Patrick's Day, it can be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I love most holidays, but I think Thanksgiving for me is I love eating food, but I love cooking food.
Yeah.
So since it's just me cooking the whole day, I think I broke a record. I think I made 17 dishes by myself on Thanksgiving. I did breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Sid, you got to open a business.
I know,
you
right?
Start charging people.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Sounds like Tony made it out pretty good.
17 dishes, yeah.
All right, so let's change it to a positive note, and let's actually start talking about detailing, because we love detailing. We love talking about it. We love doing it.
Galore.
And I'm sure we have plenty. So, Dane, let's light this candle, shall we?
All right. So, bam, we got Dan Pfeiffer starting things off right with a good afternoon and a word up from an ice-cold Minnesota, USA. Hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday. Thanks for the Black Friday sale. My order arrives tomorrow. Can't wait for the Christmas O&O.
Limited edition. Give us your thoughts. What do you think of the smell? I know several people have received theirs. Joey Belinsky got his.
Yeah, I saw Joey got his. I didn't know it was here, so I didn't order any. I'm gonna have to see if I can pull some strings.
From what I've heard, people love it, which is awesome. I'm super stoked to hear that.
Want to point out regarding Christmas O&R, Anthony, do you have any updates for our friends in Europe when they might expect to see that? Because I saw some questions, but they don't come up until way later. I figured might as well answer it now if we can.
So, okay. It's like a Band-Aid. I got to rip this off, apparently. So this was not, I guess, I didn't think about this. This was a U.S. kind of release. It wasn't really meant to be a worldwide release. To be honest, I mean, the timeline for this got kind of shortened, so we never really intended for it to be available worldwide. At least not even the amount of stock that we have as the Rag Company U.S. So with that said, though, I would see if there's any distributors that would be possibly carrying it from or ordering it from Optimum.
Will they be looking for it from TRC EU?
Yeah,
TRC Patrick and those
TRC,
guys.
unless they order from Optimum specifically, which this was kind of a last minute thing. I don't know if that will be 100% feasible this year.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I should note, once again, when it comes to chemical products, since that's overseas from us, we can't send them our supply. It doesn't work it wouldn't be quick. We can't airship that stuff, chemicals. Yeah. So that's unfortunately something you run into. So yes, they would have to order directly from Optimum, which is why we're not involved in that process. Plus, TRC EU was the distributor of Optimum before they were even with us. So that was something that was part of their whole
My
deal.
fear is just that it realistically, if they were to order it, if even our distributors could order it, I'm afraid that they won't be getting it for quite some time. And so that's what I'm worried about.
They wanted to know if they get it before Christmas, but what I'm hearing is not so much. Because I know a boat generally takes like a month.
Well, they would airship that. I mean, if it was a single product order, it'd probably airship it. But if it was like a whole pallet, yeah.
But can they airship chemicals though? Because we always run into issues with airshipping chemicals.
Optimum could probably airship something if somebody wanted one bad enough. They could probably order it from Optimum US.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Well, moving along here, let me give you Eric M. DIY. What's he saying, Sid?
Hi team, I bought a new car and dealer installed Sealajet ceramic. Little info out there. Should I let it be and add a topper like Phobic until the paint correction is needed in the future, or start over with CSL or quartz? So I have my opinion. Should we just start with that?
Yeah, sure. Lay it on.
I would just get it off of there. I would just get it off there. For me. And the thing is you don't have to worry about like fully removing it, because that's always the tough part about dealer installed is, they can say that they installed something, but I cannot tell you how many times a car has come straight from a dealership that claims they have something installed and there is literally nothing on the paint. So it really just depends on what exactly they put on there, how much they put on, did they really put it on? So for me, I always just reset. I mean, especially if it's my car, I'm just starting from scratch. I throw everything that has been said about what is on that car out the window and I start over.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
Next up,
I've got Pablo making sure to wish us a hello. So, hello, hola.
Hello, Pablo.
Mr. Dane and Senor Anthony. And
Thank you very
of
much.
course, he means Sydney as well. But let me see here. I think it was before he knew. Who was in charge of making the avatars here? He meant the thumbnails. That's me. So I'm the one who makes the funny looking Sydney and Anthony and the whole thing. Sydney, you haven't complained about any of my thumbnails so far. So far you felt okay with what I'm doing?
Totally.
And all this? Okay, cool.
Yep. Totally.
I thought you were. I just wanted to double check. Anthony usually has a lot to tell me each time I make one. He's like, I'm not sure I like the way I look in that. You should change that.
Well,
gosh.
Dane, I'm just wondering what's going on in your head when you make certain decisions, and I just ask about it.
It's called creativity.
Yeah.
And then I always wonder what you do to my eyes, because you do something to my face when you modify
It's so
it.
funny. He thinks I do something to his eyes. I haven't done that for months. I haven't increased the whites of his eyes anymore. It used to be a Mr. Beast thing, but I don't do that so much.
Yeah, it made me very uncomfortable.
It made everybody uncomfortable, but it made you click. You looked and you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a fan. All right, moving along here. Let's go. All right. Angry Monkey Detailing. What's he saying, Anthony?
Hope all enjoy the turkey sandwiches for lunch. For lunch week, I got the WKRP in Cincinnati turkey drop reference from the last Q&A. Great show as Thanksgiving as the Macy Parade. Very cool. Very nice. I enjoy that. Gabriel, what's new over there? What do you got working on? You're doing some chemistry.
Oh, yeah. I am mixing up some GSF. I had to hit the tires twice because, my goodness, those tires were pretty dang brown. And I also hit them while I had soap on top, and I don't think that was a great trick. But I think, realistically, they just needed to be done twice.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
Yep. So now I'm going to GSF, and I'm about to do some razzle dazzle on the what am I trying to say? Claying. I got to do some claying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, we
Some
get you.
say they got to hit the hay at the end of the day. I got to say I got to hit the clay. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my goodness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's just not right. Luke
Oh,
Berge.
Sydney.
Luke Berge. I'll be watching today, just going to be about 30 minutes late. Got to watch the belly flop competition. Well, good news, Luke, we were a few minutes late.
Yeah. We cut about 5 minutes in there, but a belly flop cup. What is going on?
Luke, the interest that Luke has just never ceases to amaze me.
They're eclectic.
I miss Luke Berge. I feel like we haven't seen him forever.
I know,
I
Luke's
know.
great.
Well,
The
happy
one
to
who
have
shall
him back.
remain nameless.
What are we going to name him today, guys?
Sid, what do you got?
Todd.
Todd?
Todd.
Todd, okay.
Yeah, let's
Todd.
just keep it simple.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday, Junior TRC family from the chilly south coast of Massachusetts. I hope you all recovered from all the shopping. Sydney, speaking of shopping, let's talk about that. What did you end up getting for Black Friday?
Well, so I did get a 3D printer.
What?
That was not for Black Friday, but yeah.
Just
Yeah.
on a whim?
Yeah, I mean, it was with Tony. Tony and I went in on it together so that we could work on projects remotely.
Okay.
And so, making like fun stuff for classes, keychains, little favors, whatnot.
Okay, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so like he can tap into my printer remotely. and
Cool.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. So
That seems
I've
like a
been
power that could be abused, though. You got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do, but yeah, no, so that was really fun. But then I only bought one Black Friday thing, and it was one of those not remote, but like battery jumpers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They had the NoCo ones on Amazon for
nice.
50% off.
Oh, good
And I
deal.
have the NoCo charger, and my old battery charger jumper was the Schumacher, and it wouldn't jump a V8 or
Oh,
a diesel.
gotcha.
And I was like, those are the only cars I kill. So it just didn't work out. So I bought the diesel V8 jumper from NoCo. So I'm super excited about it.
That's exciting.
That's the only thing I bought.
Sweet. Good for you.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Save that money.
Yeah.
No detailing products? Were you set?
I mean, I did a whole order through TRC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I got this.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But that was kind of it. I mean, I bought some stuff from TikTok. I'm not sure if it was on a Black Friday sale. I love TikTok Shop, by the way. But yeah, that was kind of it.
It's an addiction for some.
Yeah, I bought some new pajama bottoms. I don't know. Yeah.
Sweet.
Anthony, did you get
buy
anything?
Did I get anything? So I did get a couple things. Jimmy and I were actually talking about this earlier in the week. for some reason, it just seemed like Black Friday, Cyber Monday this year just wasn't that good.
You know what? I actually have an opinion on this because I was telling Kyle about this because he did like a special and he was upset that it didn't work out. And I said, you know what? I think it was so different this year. Like, absolutely everything was on sale. Like, I think my therapist was like, buy 3 visits, get 1 free. Like, everybody from like washers and dry, like everything was on sale. Everything. I got 9,000 emails and 500 text messages on Thanksgiving, and I was so annoyed. I unsubscribed from everything. So I think it was too saturated this year.
Maybe.
I was really annoyed. I
went looking for the things I wanted, and the discounts on some of the things that I wanted were just very like small. Like, it was like, hey, save 5% this Black Friday. I'm like, 5%.
Yeah.
I'm like,
if it's not 10%, why advertise
I'm like,
it?
5%. I'm like crap.
Right.
I'm like, I mean, I'd rather get free shipping at that point, or something.
Right.
I mean,
and I felt like there was clearly things too that manufacturers were raising the prices and then marking them down 35%.
Yeah, that does happen.
And you knew, like,
that does happen.
You knew that was happening. And so I think I just kind of shut down to it all, and I was like, I'm not.
I got like one thing. I mean, or I got maybe I got more than one thing. I got I have my BMW motorcycle. Like anything BMW, it requires special things, right?
Yeah.
And in order to reset a check engine, like not check engine light, but in order to reset a service light, you have to either take it down to the dealer and pay them money to do it, or you have to order a very expensive, like $500, tool to reset everything.
Yeah.
I found one for $100. It's like a I don't know, not a knockoff version. It's like a known brand version. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. It's $100 and see what happens. Totally worked, right?
Cool.
I'm like freaking stoked. But
nice.
I got that, and that was pretty much it. But I was like wanting to spend money. I was looking for things to be like, hey, here's some things I want. But everything I saw, the sale really was just kind of hard to, it didn't draw me in as much. For some of the stuff, and I think I'm also kind of coming to a point where I just have too many things, so kind of hard to fill those gaps. What I want is like a Black Friday on like car insurance, or like a Black Friday on groceries, or like a Black Friday on health insurance, Black Friday on
why didn't the gas station have one?
Home interest rates, like things like that, like a Black Friday,
91 for $1 a gallon.
So Black Friday on gas, man. Like that's what's gonna get me going right now. And I'm happy to spend the money there, but I didn't really need anything major.
Nope, I feel
I'm not sure how my credit card survived the shopping. What else is next, Dane?
All right. Well, he just followed up with a little bit. So that was that. But looks like the Bays Mesa weighing in. So hello, the Bays Mesa.
Fun fact, I'm going to visit the Bays Mesa tomorrow morning.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood of them commenting on this?
I'm so excited. I don't know. It's so crazy.
So you're going to Arizona tomorrow?
I am. I fly out at 5 a.m.
You're getting out of the cold?
Yeah. And my first stop is the Bays Mesa.
What else are you going to do?
I'm going to fine detailing to do a class.
Okay.
And then I'm flying to San Francisco for a couple days.
Wow. What the heck?
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. And I was packing last night. I was packing all this like warm stuff. And then I'm like, wait, I'm going to Arizona. I bet it's warm there.
Yeah.
I bet I can wear a T-shirt tomorrow. Yeah, I'm so excited.
As long as it's not Flagstaff.
What are you looking forward to do in Arizona?
You know what? There's a really great outlet mall that I'm really looking forward to going to. But I'm also just excited to see, Michael in the Bays and Ryan's shop.
Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy the weather.
So I'm doing a class at Ryan's new store.
Can you bring us back a cactus?
Yeah.
Or, something,
sunshine,
a succulent.
Cup of sunshine.
I like a little cup. I like a cup of succulents.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure one individual succulent that I can put right there in the middle of the table.
Just one.
Yeah. I've been 3D printing. I should have brought it today. I've been 3D printing like succulent holders. So last night I did a 911 Porsche. I did a 911 Porsche in black. I should have brought it. Like just for one little tiny cactus. And Mike said, what do I put in this? And I said, one little tiny cactus. So I'll bring that next week.
Okay. I wanted to say, if they ever open one like in the San Francisco area or something, they got to call it the Bays or the Bay Bays.
Oh yeah, the Bay Bays.
Yeah, the Bay Bays.
That would be super funny. Yeah.
All right, next up.
Hello, TRC crew. Hi to all in the chat. Getting in shape in my home gym while looking at the show. Need to keep that back in shape for future detailing. 100%, man.
Back
totally.
is important, man.
Yeah, that's
Take care
the
of
first
it.
part you got to take care of. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. That was Michael DeBlau. Now, we got Hansi here. Hans saying, I'll do my best hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Tell people, how are things? I just got back from a Christmas market in Germany. Ooh,
Wow.
I bet that was cool. Was really fun to be there. Loads of great foods and drinks. Non-alcohol, though. That's okay. Alcohol or not. It's good.
Hans,
time at
we're
a Christmas
able to
market.
see our friend Levi.
Yeah, Levi's in Germany.
All right.
Was okay.
Yeah.
I saw he was doing
Was.
some Christmas stuff. Yeah, how fun.
All right.
Hans, happy to see you here in the chat.
Happy to see him.
We got Minnesota checking in. We got DIY with Kane. Kane, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir. Then we got some more hellos. Okay, and another hello. I'm getting through here. I just want to make sure all these people know we're wishing them a good morning or afternoon, wherever they are. Balmy 12 degrees in Minnesota, where they are, Carl. Wow. And Ronnie Yacht with another hello.
Nice, Ron.
Then we've got a bunch of jokes about the technical difficulties, which we're fine here now. GT Details. Hello from Columbus, Ohio. Also, super cold here. Basically, anywhere you go up north, it's done.
Yeah.
Stephen here saying the no rinse is freezing. What? Oh, man. All right, a lot of this. Okay, back and go into another page. Boom.
Ooh, in the high 30s here, but the cold is racing in tonight, Ron. Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
starting to get pretty chilly.
All right, there we go. Okay, Demo.
We got our meal from Fresh Market. So much easier, but I did miss my cornbread dressing.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Oh, actually, and I'm actually speaking of food really quick. I got to give a shout out.
Oh, no.
Dan freaking Digna.
Oh,
also
yes.
known as Alkaline Trio.
Huge shout
here
out.
in the chat. I got to give a huge shout out to Dan. Seriously, because he sent us a care package of fresh packed seafood from Alaska. This
Oh.
includes salmon and rockfish.
Wow.
We opened up this. It was a treasure trove.
Coho
It's a
salmon.
chest.
Tons
We
of it.
opened it up, and I almost fainted
Oh my gosh.
because it's everything I ever want in life,
Is it already
right?
cooked?
You know,
It's like
just raw
it's
fish.
pre-packaged. It's all
Oh, okay.
shrink wrapped.
Okay.
But nothing
It's
gets
very nicely
nothing gets me going like fresh fish.
Wow,
I
okay.
mean,
Cool.
I see that I'm over the moon. And so me and Dane,
Sydney is not about it.
yeah, we opened it up, Sid.
Not enough.
and
If there's crab legs in there, I'd do that. but-
no, I just
Oh,
wanted
okay.
I just want to dive in there. I want to swim like those fish once did, maybe just a few weeks ago, right? Because
Oh
that's
my
how
gosh.
fresh they are. And they look, it looks really, really good. So I just want to give a
Cool.
big shout and thank you to Dan for sending that out. It's funny. I never thought I'd ever be in the position to where I could say that we run a podcast / Q&A, and sometimes our listeners, watchers, and viewers will send us raw fish.
Yeah.
And it's not
Yeah.
a joke, and it's not it's not like a prank or anything.
Right.
No, it's with
like-
love. It's
with
actually really
love,
sweet.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
it's the best thing ever. So
That's-
big shout out to Dan if you're watching this.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Dan. All right. Then I've got GT Details saying, I got the TRC banner hung in the garage today. All
Nice.
right, GT
Nice.
Details. Love it. Oh, and this one's interesting. I got Tyler Simmons here saying, very curious on TRC's thoughts on Yum Cars. I just want to point out, I saw that guy stop by our booth a few times at SEMA.
Yeah, to be honest, I never used it. I'm not
So-
sure.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
tough to have
haven't
an
either.
opinion if you haven't used it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never used it.
All right. Then I've got David YWG. Hi, Dane, Anthony, Sydney. Oh, and hi, Gabriel. So generally speaking, how resistant is Defender to a monthly pre-treat using frostbite? I need to use FB monthly because of salt accumulation. Okay, so he's dealing with a lot of salt.
Yeah, so I think that, it's going to be pretty resistant. I still personally would reapply Defender like every other month, every third month if you feel like you need it. Defender is a longer lasting sealant, but it's still a spray sealant. And the problem with things like this is they'll still be protecting the paint, but you're going to lose the hydrophobics, and that's obviously all of our favorite part, right? So for me, I would be, especially during this time of the year, I would probably be putting Defender on, every couple months. During the summer, it's going to last a lot longer. Frostbite is not considered a stripping soap, but it is a higher pH soap, so it is going to, do exactly what you're using it for, which is remove that salt accumulation. But Defender is so cost effective and fun to use. I just keep putting it on, honestly.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Then I've got Adam here. What's he saying, Sid?
My wife and I get compliments every time we wear out our Shining TRC t-shirt.
Adam, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Your wife wears it with you?
That's cool. That's great.
My wife doesn't do that, Adam. What the heck?
Oh.
Well, I usually only ever have my own, and she'll wear mine as night shirts.
Yeah.
That's when she wears mine. She'll walk out, and I see her wearing one of my shirts, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna start getting ready for bed and whatever. And I'm like, hey, I was gonna wear that tomorrow, and she's like, yeah, but it's just really soft.
Oh my
and I'm
gosh.
like, okay, well,
That's funny.
Enjoy.
Oh, he's doing the scrub-a-dub-dub on the trim there.
Oh, let's
There
go and
we go.
Gabriel.
Tell us
how's this going?
It's going good. I'm going. Hopefully, I'm not going. What time is it? 2:36.
Yeah, you're
I
fine.
hope
You're
I'm not
cruising.
going too fast.
You were going pretty fast.
My goal.
36 p.m.
Oh, thank you, Siri. My goal is I want to try getting the headlights polished and the trim coated with Trim Plus.
Yeah.
Got it.
Which, by the way, I think that today's podcast, Trim Plus, that's going to be the product of the day.
Okay. Cool.
I've been doing a lot of, Sid and I have been doing a lot of Amazon Lives on Trim Plus, and it is fantastic. It's it's
so
a
good.
sleeper. If you guys haven't tried Trim Plus as far as application and longevity, that stuff is phenomenal.
It's so good. And I do and don't feel bad about saying this, but I did a class last weekend at Connor's place, like the weekend, was it the weekend right before Thanksgiving? I did a class and, it was a PNS and Buff and Shine class, but I had to because I love to talk about the products that I love. We did Trim Plus. So I said, you guys, I'm going to have to go off script here. I know I'm wearing a PNS shirt, but this is truly, truly one of my favorite products. They do not pay me to say that, I promise. And we totally did the training with Trim Plus and showed him how to put it on and everything. It was,
Definitely, if you haven't tried it.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I mean, it really is it's that next level that I felt like I needed to pull it out in the training for sure.
Heck yeah. So
when did you guys apply it on the truck? On my Raptor?
When would that have been
July. It was July.
July.
It's still going
Yeah,
strong, dude.
yeah.
It's still going.
Yeah.
And your truck is parked outside, right?
Yeah, no, it actually lives
outside.
outside.
It is
And
it is like the water behavior. It's like insane still.
Yeah, no,
it's going great.
It's pretty crazy. So we did it on Keith's truck, and he has a Ford F-150, right? Yeah. And so his cowling was super faded, and I was like, oh, we have to do Trim Plus. And I mean, everybody was just shocked at the difference between coating, which does an okay job darkening the plastic, but I mean, the Trim Plus is so good.
Yeah. It's
so
basically it's giving you your solution finish and your coating all in one.
Yeah.
And again, there's benefits and maybe drawbacks to every single type of trim restoration, right?
Yeah.
Minor drawbacks, but I mean, what it is this is your 2-in-1 versus people oftentimes having to do the solution finish and then coat afterwards or however it may be. So it's just a good option, and it's really proving itself. So a big shout out to ADS for producing a product like that.
It's great. Awesome.
No, it's really cool stuff. I would. Oh,
Go ahead, Dane.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
All right. I was gonna say, as far as the magic eraser, though, what I'm doing is I've just kept my bucket of soap and water, and I'm ducking it in as if I was doing like a contact wash, and I'm just scrubbing all of the basically the trim, all the plastic pieces. I'm not going to do the cowling though, because the cowling, I know based off our testing earlier, it does a decent job, but the issue is it's still, to get it back to that new look, we're going to do Trim Plus on that. So,
talk to me about the magic. How's the magic eraser working on this trim?
it's working really good. Here, I'll bring it up to the camera.
Can you
Nick,
bring the trim up to the camera?
No, Nick, can you? So, as I'm going, it's significantly dark, right? But I want to show you something. So this is with soap. So give me a sec. Nick, keep that camera there. I'll come back. This is
it's on a tripod. You don't have to worry.
Just water. Well, I mean, taking the shot. So, I mean, this part was utilized with just water. It's pretty dang dirty. This is water and soap combined, and it's still staying fairly clean. And one thing that I'm noticing is as I'm wiping the paint surface, what's going on is all of that brown and stuff from the trim is just falling out. So we're gonna have to go back and rinse this car one more time, but it's doing the job. So that's the exciting part.
Cool.
What do you think,
No, it looks
Anthony?
really cool.
I think
Talk loud. Yeah.
I think that Sid should come take a look at this trim because she remembers how bad it looked.
Is it looking good? Hey, do me a favor, check over by the mirror. Here, I gotta come over to this side. I know everyone's walking over here. No one has a microphone.
Wow. Look at that. Oh my gosh, and it's like really smooth.
Check this.
So that just like pulls all the
Yeah.
oxidation off. Yeah.
So then you could just go back through, and then you could take something like your full sand or whatever it is, just to get some moisture back into it because it needs actually.
Yeah,
will need a little
but
bit
look
of
over
moisture.
here. Try this
Right.
part right here, Anthony.
That's really crazy. Yeah, that looks so
So, but give me go, but feel that now. But
We really need just a camera really close so you guys can see this. So one of these washes, you guys just need, we need a Jimmy cam.
so, all right.
Go. Yeah, head back over there and give your synopsis. You're welcome, dude.
So what I was going to point out regarding,
Dane.
trim restoration, all I was going to say was just like completely unbiased third-party opinion on this. When it comes to the differences, for example, between different trim restorers, I find that Trim Plus looks awesome, looks amazing. You can see it in that video we did where it was kind of back-to-back with some other options, but on like that Saturn View they worked on, I found that Solution Finish does look a little darker in the finished product.
Yeah.
Like just an extra like half-tone shade darker. But what Trim Plus does is so amazing because it combines multiple products into one and it lasts a good long time. So really it's worth the benefit of doing it that way if you just want to do it all in one go instead of doing step by step.
Yeah.
Although I will say for someone who wants that darker finish, Solution Finish may still be the way to go for people who still want to go to like that even like blacker looking kind of
I think one of my other favorite things, and you probably see this, is that it is actually, because it has ceramic in it is actually hydrophobic. So like when you those flat surfaces, when it rains, the water sits there, or you wash it. When it is hydrophobic, it does help that water shed from the plastic a lot easier. And so I think that's one of my other favorite things about it is even though it's a dyed ceramic, it still is crazy hydrophobic.
Heck, I think you want to take probably this cam down here. This is my favorite trick. So if you're looking at the hood, which is a good shot.
Gabriel, before you start, could you please turn on the fan?
Yeah, so as I was saying, you guys, this hood is, I got you. God. Man, I was right in the middle of that. I was doing good.
I know you're doing great. It's just we need to get some ventilation in here.
All right, so this hood, this paint, extremely flat. So what I'm gonna do, and this is using Hypersil. Oh, this is not Hypersil, this is glass. Sid, can you give me Hypersil?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Hypersil, and we're gonna spray this on this half of the hood, because what's gonna happen is, I don't know, there was one day in testing where I was just playing around with products. I found that this combo is super freaking awesome. So check this out. So I just simply spray. I'm telling you guys, Hypersil, very underrated product. I'm just gonna hit this half of the car. We're gonna let it sit for a sec. Again, this side is still extremely flat, so as I spray it, I'm gonna spray that way I don't get any of this panel, and you'll see how hydrophobic this is, but it's crazy. So again, here, nothing. Then here.
Okay, that's pretty crazy, Gabe.
That's
nuts.
actually really nice.
And I think, I don't know, let me
That's
see.
really nice.
Can you see that on camera, Dane, the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a stark contrast.
So Hypersil, this is something that I put on my car quite frequently. My old Land Cruiser is not
Heck
coated.
yeah, that's great.
And what I do is I top this on just about every wash, and I'm telling you guys, freaking nuts. So if, for those of you who are contemplating, I know we had a comment about, you know, do I ceramic coat now or do I ceramic coat later? If you're in the instance of, well, I'll probably wait to ceramic coat later, I would definitely pick this stuff up because this is how hydrophobic my car stays, even weeks on end. So there you go. Hyperseal, baby. That's my
cool.
that's my other product plug. Sorry. Continue on.
No, that was worth it.
That was worth it, Gabe.
Kill it.
David Cervantes just wanted to make sure and say, what's up, guys, and Sid. So he's saying, hey.
Going on. So I want to point something out. So the reason why the magic eraser, or you know, the what's the word I'm looking for?
Melamine sponge.
Melamine sponge, right? The reason
That's
why it
essentially
works
what it is,
so
yeah.
well is, so when you have trim, right, regardless of whether it's either smooth or even textured, it all depends on how textured the texture is. But what happens is there is still a sealer, right, on that trim, right? So you could call it maybe UV protection, you can call it whatever you want to call it. It's not like a traditional clear coat, but there is some type of UV inhibitors built into normal standard trim. Well, there's plastic trim, and then you have known as like 3M. It's called something wrap. It is a vinyl material that acts as trim, but really is just wrapping over your raw, you know, paint that you have on the vehicle, creating a trimmed out section. So, and then there's rubber usually surrounding those pieces. So that 3M material is, it's not self-healing. It is usually a flat matte finish. And while it does have a little bit of, you know, UV protection built into it, even that itself can start to wear down, but maybe not as, you know, fast as maybe let's just say automotive wrap, right? So through daily driving, you'll see chemicals that will eventually cling to your trim. You'll see sun exposure. You'll see oxidation happening. You'll see obviously fading, things like that. What you're really doing is you're kind of just knocking down that top layer of filth, and I'd probably call it material, right? It's probably the best way to describe it. I don't think that you are necessarily ruining trim by taking a magic eraser to it. I think, again, you are, if you think of it as material that has so much, you know, buildup, right? You're basically just kind of taking that off that finite layer. But the micro abrasives that is in a magic eraser, right, is going to differ than that of your abrasives in a compound or polish, right? When you have a polish or a compound, you're usually going to either have some type of oil and or solvent along with the abrasive in that mixture, right? Whereas like a melamine sponge, you're really mostly focusing on the microabrasive and maybe the chemical nature of whatever, you know, that particular brand's putting in there. I've seen some magic erasers have bleach in them. Other magic erasers will have other different, you know, whatever the heck they put into them. But what it is you're counting on those microabrasives to remove that layer without changing the finish nor polishing the finish, because that abrasive is going to essentially make something that's gloss satin and make something that's matte back to matte or satin, right? So it's kind of a cool way to get trim back to where it's like in a restored state without necessarily having to dye it and or polish it and force polishing oils and or solvents into the trim. Okay. So
very cool.
The only thing you do differently is I would follow up on the trim with some type of protection, whether it's a coating, like trim plus after that.
Yeah, would be great. Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So I would always follow up with some type of protection to replace what you're removing if anything has been removed.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So the real Chris Kelly says, so I just started my detailing business and I'm about 6 clients in. My process seems to take a really long time. I'm looking into rinseless to speed up my exteriors. Any tips? So first, give yourself some grace, right? You're just starting out. It does take a good amount of time to kind of get your, you know, standard operating procedures, get, you know, used to doing it. If you keep doing every car the same way, I promise your process will speed up. But rinseless absolutely is going to help you. I would say on average, if I do a foam and bucket wash like Gabe is doing today, you know, it could take me upwards of an hour to wash a car. And doing a rinseless on my car, I can do my car in like 18 minutes flat. So it definitely does speed it up. The thing that you want to make sure that you are doing is that you're still doing a really good job if you're doing details, right? I use rinseless every single car, but I'm doing a pretty thorough job. Like a pre-spray, I'm either using like an APC on the lower third, or I'm using crystal wash, and then I'm still using a pressure washer on my wheels. Still do the wheels and everything standard, hitting those lower thirds if I need with the pre-rinse, and then I do the rinseless. So my biggest tips are just make sure that you're doing things in a good order, that you're not, going around the same areas a million times. I'm trying to think if there's even any videos that I could direct you to here, but mainly you just want to figure out your process and then stick to it. What I see is when people try to do a different process on cars, every single car, that will slow you down. You got to figure out what order you are most comfortable with, and then you do that every single car, every single time. But definitely look into rinseless. I'm going to say it's probably going to cut your time down in, I don't know, by at least 30%. I mean, not only from the washing part, but the drying part. It saves a lot of time on drying. So, yeah.
There's efficiency things, and there's also, I'd probably say just general, if you're 6 clients in, you're having a fun time, you're probably also been pretty nitpicky, right?
Yeah.
So you're probably spending a little bit extra time focusing on things that maybe a customer really wouldn't care too much about.
Yeah.
So
and that's okay. And like I said, give yourself grace, for sure.
Yeah.
Give yourself grace. You're only 6 clients in, and that's awesome. We've all been there.
Next up.
All right, next up, we've got Hans sounding very disappointed he's not able to get
Hans,
in the EU.
I'm so sorry. This was a U.S. based decision. This was not something we were trying to incorporate worldwide. I mean, that was kind of the get go, and I'm sorry. I guess should have probably communicated that better.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, if you think about it, to get something over there in time for it to get out to their customers by Christmas, I mean, it would have to be finished in the U.S. by like August, right? August, September at the latest. So, those are hard marks to hit.
Yep.
Yeah. They were still finalizing the scent into November. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we've got here, you guys get much snow this week, David wants to know. We are currently at a total of 8 inches.
Oh, wow.
6 inches still. Wow. Okay. So we haven't experienced any snow here on the valley floor where we are. I see some up on the mountaintops.
I had a skiff where I live, but not even on the street. Like just on my back hill, there was
not a dusting, not enough to. It's a powdered donut.
Yeah.
Powdered donut, Dane.
Literally.
I want to be doing powdered donuts this winter. Yeah,
it was a good description.
EJB D6Y says any other sites where you can get TRC stickers? I think TRC EU and our HQ site.
I'm sure it's just a random alphanumeric, but I feel like EJB D6Y is almost a reference to a Honda code.
It's not.
Because you got your EJ and your D, but never mind. Okay. No, well, EJ is actually a Subaru engine code, the EJ25. Anyway, moving along. I'm mixing things up. But so stickers, you just got to get them from us. Although EU does do their own stickers, so if you buy from them, you may get different stickers.
Yeah. Javocado says, Jace Vito, sorry.
Javocado.
I kind of like that name better. Javocado says, now Dane, let me have this. Hello, everyone. Excellent products. Why don't ship products to Puerto Rico? So we do have distributors in Puerto Rico and around the area there. So Distributors, I believe, distributes in Puerto Rico. So you would be able to order directly from Yeah.
Yes. So they would be your friends there. Yep. All right. And next up, look at this, Tony himself.
Oh, man.
Sid, read it.
Buff and Tony says, I was just about to call Sydney, hand to God, and then I thought, if I'm about to call Sydney, she's probably on the podcast. Sure enough. Literally, he does accidentally call me. Every time I'm on the Q&A, he accidentally calls me. And then when I don't answer, he goes, I better go check the Q&A. But yeah, he does call me at every Q&A.
Oh, man. He's good at it. He's real good at it. So Megan, Silly Goose. Go ahead, Anthony.
Could I trouble the Scent Master? Oh, man.
That's you.
I didn't see the rest of that comment. Could I trouble the Scent Master to compare and contrast GFX and O&R Christmas edition?
Totally different.
So they are totally different.
Yeah, not even close.
And I made how do I say this? I was going to make a post on Facebook about this. I have a finding. Okay. So GFX has a very particular scent to it. We all know it. Kind of it strikes some memory in our head of Christmas of some sort. It reminds us of Christmas. I kid you not. I'm in my bathroom the other day, my guest bathroom that we have at our house, and my wife is decorated for Christmas, right? And I use the bathroom, and I'm walking out, and I go to wash my hands, and I go, oh, Katie, put a different soap out, right? And I go, oh, whatever. So I pump it. Oh, foaming soap, my favorite, right? So I foam it, right? I'm a sucker for hand foaming soaps, right?
Yeah.
I grab it, and I start rubbing my hands together, and then I like slow down, and I'm rubbing my hands, and I go, something like smells very familiar. And I go like this, and I smell my hands, and like my eyes, like the whites in my eyes got bigger, like Dane edited them, and I was like, I'm actually like opening my eyes for the first time, and so like I'm like, this smells not identical by any means, but this smells 80% of the way of something that I know.
Okay.
And then it hit me that it was GFX, right?
Yeah.
This hand soap is called apple cider, and you can pick it up from Trader Joe's.
Huh.
And it is a foaming hand soap. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I smelled it and went, this, again, not 100% match. 80% of the way there, though.
Okay.
And I went out to the garage, grabbed the GFX, grabbed the soap in my hand. I'm smelling the soap, and I go, it's very, very close. So if you're looking for a good hand soap that smells of more like GFX, the Trader Joe's apple cider hand soap. Please use my invisible affiliate link in the description. I'm just kidding. I don't have that. But maybe just if you buy it and you love it, just give me a shout out.
Yeah.
But Trader Joe's apple cider foaming hand soap smells very similar to GFX. So then it kind of dawned on me, right? If that is one of the base notes, right, or that is the the premise of what GFX is, maybe apple cider scented,
never thought that,
right?
Weird.
Then it really is different, and nobody would have ever guessed that, right?
Right. Yeah.
So the difference there is that I think that GFX again has this apple cidery kind of scent, a little bit of cinnamon, but also kind of earthy smelling.
Yeah.
Christmas O&R smells like kind of your the candy that you had described, right?
Candy, yep.
And
I gotta find some of that
or
before
your
next week,
kind
too.
of pine cone wreath thing that you see at the store that smells quite sweet, right?
Yeah.
So a sweeter smelling cinnamon pine cone wreath.
No, that's excellent way to describe those.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to go smell GSFX then.
Yeah.
Todd here.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my
I'll
gosh.
just get it.
So
Good call.
Todd's brother's name is Todd. That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Where is GFX at? Is it over there?
Gabe, do you have the GFX?
What?
Do you have GFX?
I have GSF.
Yeah, he has GSX.
Should be over there.
Okay, let me go to good shake. Okay. Now. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. It's brown too. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think apple cider.
Oh, totally. Totally. Why have I never smelled that before? No, I have, but
it's
I've never put it
persuasion.
together.
It's because in another life I was meant to be something different than I am.
Yeah.
I was
That's
meant to be
wild.
a nose. I was meant to be a nose. I wasn't meant to do this job. But
No, that's wild. I never picked that up before. I mean, yes, I've used that. I've never picked that up, but now it's identical.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, identical.
This one even smells actually.
That smells.
This smells 90% of the way to the Trader Joe's hand soap.
Oh my gosh.
I'm realizing
That's
the reason why
wild.
mine probably doesn't smell 100% of the way there is because it's not new.
Oh yeah.
And I've had that bottle for like a year.
Yeah.
And it sat in the cold. Dude, this is it.
Wild.
Trader Joe's foaming hand soap. Don't walk,
idea.
run. To a local Trader. Hold on.
I had no idea that it was apple cinnamon, like apple cider, but
I can't hear.
Okay. Apple cider.
'Kay.
Now smell GFX.
that's
It
wild.
is it. That's it.
That's wild. I
I
never
love
picked
this
that up
comment.
before.
Wait,
I had to
did you-
skip ahead.
Did you know
Yeah.
that was the case? Or
Anthony
is
had a
this-
ratatouille moment with the hand soap.
No, I did. As somebody who has met my father, Dane, what's his name? Who's the guy that looks like me?
Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt. Okay. From Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Love Patton Oswalt.
Me and him
Cool
shared
guy.
that. Shared that moment. But no, I kid you not, dude. I literally was standing there like,
That's
and I was
wild.
like, I know what this is.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is weird that I'm washing my hands with it.
Wow.
But I love it so much. So I told my wife, I said, next time you go to Trader Joe's, I'm like, please
I'm going to have to go get some of that
buy
now.
like 10 of them.
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to have to go get that because I have like teak wood in my guest bathroom right now. So I'm going to have to go get that.
You're going to lose it when you smell it. Yeah.
Going to get some.
All right. So we hit that halfway point, guys, and you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to let you carry it.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, you're out.
No, what it means is head to your local Trader Joe's today to pick up the apple cider
I'm going to have to
foaming
text
hand
Delaney
soap.
and be like, on your way back home, go to Trader
anyways,
Joe's.
we are going to run to some brief messages from our brand partners and ourselves here at the Rag Company. But don't go anywhere because we have an hour left to answer more detailing questions. We love you and can't wait to see you here in just a few minutes. So see you soon.
Holy cow! Wow! Dane, that was amazing!
Dane, I didn't know you could do any of that stuff.
Neither did I.
Wow.
Well, now that you're an actual bartender,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe whip us up some signature
Oh,
cocktails.
yeah.
I mean,
Dane, do it.
I mean, it's my first day, but let me see what I can whip up.
Nice.
Oh, I can't believe it. What?
Jeez, Dane.
What?
Oh, my God.
Wow, Dane.
Dane.
For being your first day, it's pretty amazing. Looking for feedback. Let me know what you think.
Oh, my God. This festival's amazing.
Good, all right.
Well, Levi, Dane, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Nice.
Bottoms up.
Cheers.
Thanks, Dane. Oh my God! God, why are you spitting my drink up? I worked hard on that. What is in it? Is that polymers?
My mouth is encapsulating.
Why would you even know what polymers taste like?
Tastes like chemicals. Did you feed us chemicals?
What did you put in this? I made you a nice drink. These are supposed to be nice. Oh, guys, that's my car. What? You hit my car. God, guys, if you didn't want the drinks, you could have just given them back to me or something.
Dane.
Are you seeing that shine over there? On the car.
Oh, my God. Dane, what did you put in that stuff?
What, in your drinks?
Yeah.
Some water and some Absolute.
Absolute vodka?
No? PNS Double Black Absolute Rinseless. What? Wait a minute. Are you trying to poison us?
Dane! Did you just make us drink rinseless water?
No, definitely didn't do that.
Absolute Rinseless Wash is not for oral or suppository consumption.
Looks pretty good.
It does, however, leave a hell of a clean and smooth surface on your vehicle.
Wow.
PNS Absolute Rinseless Wash. Mix responsibly.
Is that something? I mean, it's pretty good. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm kind of liking this.
Yeah.
So just don't drink it.
No.
Yeah, let's make sure we don't drink it for the future. But do put it on cars. Yeah, it's good. It's for cars. Put it on a car. Okay. Not inside yet.
In every artist, there's a masterpiece waiting to be unleashed. It starts with inspiration, an inner desire for greatness, and a pursuit of the ultimate finish. For artists in the world of reflections, precision and perfection are required at every step. It's work that demands tools sculpted by legacy, sharpened by innovation. For over 37 years, Buff & Shine has been more than a brand. It's a promise to help bring out perfection in every detail. Because the best tools don't just do the job, they become an extension of the artist and a safeguard for their craft. Choose Buff and Shine. Empower the artists within.
Hey guys, Josh with the Rag Company.
I thought I was going first.
I thought I was going first.
Well, take it.
All right, Josh is from the Rag Company here to tell you about the business program.
You can save up to 25% off different products that we have here at the Rag Company, including savings like Detail Factory, IK sprayers, and many others.
Whether it's pads, polishes, compounds, polishers, we got it all. Chemicals.
We have everything you would need to save you some money so you can start putting more money in your pocket by buying products through our business program.
So whether you're a shop-based business, a mobile detailer, or just running a side hustle out of your garage, please check out the business program.
And you get free shipping on orders over $150.
That's a pretty great deal.
That is a great deal.
The Rag Company Business Program is for bulk purchase end users only. No tax exemptions unless previously grandfathered in. Discounts apply to eligible products only. Exclusions may apply. Check product listings for details. Minimum order of $150 required to qualify for these discounts. Some brands, tools, or specialty items may not be included. Pricing is subject to change without notice. Visit theragcompany.com/biz to start your application. Act now, stock up, and save big while it lasts.
All right, and welcome back to the second half of Q&A Freaking Thursday. Welcome back, everybody. This is the fun half. This is where things start getting fun and starts getting weird. We already took it to one level with sense and really understanding what GFX actually smells like in the first half. We also discovered some really cool trim techniques there with Gabriel Garcia. But joining me today, I have a couple different people. Right next to me, I have Miss Sydney Bray-Gwen. Joining us. And then in the ether, I have Dane, who is locked in a closet, and he has been there for several weeks. We have not fed him, and we know he is hungry, but we are keeping his thirst quenched with black coffee and alcohol. Dane or Gabriel in the wash bay.
What's up, guys?
Okay. High energy Gabe, as always.
We are working our way through this car. We've got the exterior wash done, clayed, put a topper on it, trim is done. I'm just doing the windows really quick, and then I'm gonna jump over to the headlights and the trim. That's my goal. So for the second half, headlights and trim, baby. That's what we're all about.
We are hungry for headlights and trim, baby.
All right. No, definitely not for that. Nope.
Keeping it real. All right, so we're going to jump into some more questions here, but we kind of talked about a couple different topics, a little bit of Thanksgiving, a little bit of everything else, right? Black Friday, what people picked up. I wanted to say that our Black Friday sale, I want to thank everybody actually for shopping at theragcompany.com and ordering some good stuff. Whether you got some doorbusters or you just saved a percentage off of your order,
because of the sale, so
yes. Grant and Hot Trees family is still in my
they're
attic.
Fed. I think they have enough food for the next few months.
Yeah, no, we just really appreciate all the support. I mean, really, that's how we keep this this train going, right? Is by doing this, and that's how we're able to do the show. Is by obviously ordering things off of theragcompany.com and Amazon. And we had a great week. We appreciate all of you. All the orders are getting packed and shipped as fast as they possibly can. But yeah, I really. We always have an awesome Black Friday / Cyber Monday, and not so much not so much just about the sale and whatnot, but I mean we have just an awesome time being able to curate products, get doorbusters made, and also to still be able to just pass on savings and get excited about you guys being able to buy products and try products that we love to back and we love to support, and so it makes it just fun all around. So here we go. Thickly.
I think that's about right.
What's that?
Thickly.
Okay, hit me, Sid.
All right, I might have missed it. Did Gabe pick the products today, or are they rando? What is your drying aid and tire dressing of choice for those finishing touches?
I try to randomly pick all of our products, and the reason why is across all of our brands, we just have good big hitters, and I like to vary it up. So for the topper, I used Hypersil as a rinse aid, added a lot of hydrophobics and protection to the vehicle. And then for my tire dressing, I'm actually gonna go with the tire dressing by Obsessed Garage, which you can pick up on the Obsessed Garage Amazon storefront. That one I'm gonna intermix with the screwball, and I'll kind of show you as we go. And then for the fender flares inside the fenders, I'm going to hit it with full send. So, yeah.
Nice.
Easy peasy. And then I'd hit a little bit of, I did some Shine Speed polish. The Prosumer line by Koch. This stuff's freaking awesome. She had some spots of like oxidation or something. I don't know, there was like 4 spots. So I used that with the not Detail Factory, the Buff and Shine Edge Guard maroon pad, and took it off, no problem. Looks
nice.
Awesome. So yeah, keep asking away if you guys have any questions.
All right, sweet. Well, moving along the list here, I'm moving on to Silly Goose. That's Megan. Silly Goose here, Megan's saying, what's the difference between tire and wheel chemicals? And as a follow-up, when is it okay to use the same product for both?
That's a great question. Good question. So tire and wheel. So the tire is going to be more specifically designed to attack like rubber and things like that, to be able to, permeate the rubber. And then the wheel is going to have more, metal cleaning abilities. And so they're just going to be formulated different. When is it okay to use the same is when the manufacturer says you can use it for the same. So for instance, Armor, wheel and tire, there's 2 separate products. They're specifically formulated for that purpose. The wheel cleaner, when it comes to Armor, has an iron remover in it. That is probably not going to be necessary on your tire. Will it clean your tire? Yeah, probably. It probably would, maybe not as good as the tire cleaner. So that's why in those cases you want to use the specific ones that are built to do that. I think always in detailing, can we use products that aren't necessarily intended? And the answer is yes, but you want to take the manufacturer's suggestions. They've formulated those to do exactly that. The Armor tire cleaner is great. Then you take a product like Brake Buster that is formulated to do both. And in my personal opinion, anytime you take a product and have it do multiple things, you lose a little bit of the bite. So while Brake Buster is far more efficient, when we're talking about really like end result, you're going to get a better end result with products that are separately meant to do one thing. Yeah. So there's a time and place for everything. Brake Buster's great, Armor wheel and tire is great. It's just on what are you looking to do? But you are going to give up a little bit of functionality when you have a combo product.
And in terms of where they fall on the scale, generally speaking, you find that with like Brake Buster, products like that are more versatile, we'll say, where you could use them on both, they tend to be on the alkaline end of the spectrum, whereas the wheel-specific ones tend to fall more on the acidic side.
Yeah. Yep.
Just as a heads up. All right. Then I've got Hans here, making sure to give you a heads up that NoCo jump starters are great, and he has one. It's a great tool.
Sweet. Yeah, I haven't gotten to use it yet. Almost had to use it on my own vehicle, as I too had a dead battery in my Jeep, which you find out when you go to try to use remote start when it's like 20 degrees outside. So I haven't gotten to use it yet, but I'm super excited about it because I do have the NoCo charger and I love it.
That's good. Then I got GT Details here. What's he saying, Anthony?
Will there be a Christmas TRC sticker to get this year with my holiday restock? I believe so. Oh, right. When there will be more details about the holiday festivities. We can call it a sale. It's not. If you want to call it that, the holiday deals, I should say, very soon. It's just trying to space things out. Right? We don't want to be the company that has a sale every single week.
That's the problem.
But I know that there's some Christmas specific stuff that people love ordering from us, and so we want to try to make that special when we can. And honestly, this is everybody's sign right now too. If you're listening, please heed this, what I'm about to say. Rad Company products, everything that we sell makes great stocking stuffers, right? It makes great Christmas gifts in general, right? Yeah. But one thing that I promise you that nobody will ever be mad about is if you get them a box of freaking Rippin' Rags.
Yes.
Get anybody a box of Rippin' Rags, whether it's a stocking stuffer or just a random gift to throw to somebody. Cost you $30 for 80 towels for the big 80 count, or $15 for the 30 count. They don't know how much they're going to love that until you give it to them, and
they don't have to like detailing to like.
No, they don't have to like detailing. It could be like you can tell them it's kitchen towels. You can tell them it's whatever towels, right?
Anything.
Yeah,
I gave a box to my sister that was in town, right? Yeah. And I gave her a box of the Rippin' Rags, and she goes, "Oh, cool! So like these are for like my car. I use them for detailing." I go, "Sonia, you're probably not going to use them in your car. Like I think you could.
Yeah.
use them for everything that you don't want to use in replacement of a paper towel.
Yeah.
And she like looks at the box and she goes, oh, like wiping down the front of my microwave or like wiping down. I go, what, you're using paper towels for that? And she goes, yeah. I go,
this will do a way better job.
I go,
way better
what?
job.
Have you ever used a microfiber towel in like stainless steel and like, you know, like on your microwave and things like? She goes, no. And I'm like, I go, so on your, do you have like, I asked her about her stovetop. I say, do you have like an electric stovetop or is it like a gas with like the grates? And she goes, oh, it's a gas with the grates. And it's kind of a pain because you got to sweep all the crumbs out. And I go, the towel will just it will scoop it up for you. And she goes, she her mind was blown. And so I'm like, we either need to
I would die without them in my kitchen.
Yeah, we either need to like push them on more people or something. But so Rip and Rags, I just plug there.
Oh, they're great. You know what I'll bring next week? Because I got this 3D printer, so that was one of the very first things. Is I printed a really lovely aesthetic holder for the kitchen, like white with like very pretty paper towel holder for the Rip and Rags for my kitchen.
Yeah,
because I use them like crazy in my kitchen. Oh my gosh.
She had no. She's like, I thought you just did car detailing stuff. I'm like Sonia. I'm like, this is microfiber. You can use it on anything and everything. And it just people don't know because you think you have to like give them specifics what it's for. But Rip and Rags,
cleaning
stocking stuffers.
I mean, who wants to clean a toilet and save that towel? Is my question.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's kind of like a coating towel. When it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I know there's washers and dryers, but
so when you clean a toilet, right? Let's talk about that for a second. So
let's talk about it.
Detailed jets, I see that all the time, where they actually use a Rip and Rag and then or a rag of some sort, and then they fold their glove and just throw everything.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But a toilet, right? A porcelain toilet, right? The throne, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you take a paper towel to porcelain, right, where it has a very, you're all you're doing is just spreading.
Yeah.
You're just spreading a cleaner, right? Whether you're using the Miss Myers cleaner, whatever you're using, you're just spreading. It's never actually absorbing anything. So that's why people get so frustrated when you're cleaning toilets with paper towels is that let's just be honest here. If there's hairs or whatever on the toilet, you're literally pushing them around until eventually, by the grace of God, it gets sucked into the paper towel and you go, wow, I've removed it. And then the first thing you want to do is like throw it away as fast as you can.
Yeah.
What if I told you could grab a Rip and Rag, wear a glove, whatever you want to do, literally fold it into force throughout the entirety of the toilet.
Yeah. And then just like Gabe said, you roll the glove over it. That's
toss
exactly what I do. Yeah.
Or throw it in the wash.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
It's insane. Anyways, Alkaline Trio, Dan the man himself, we'll call him our fish dealer.
The Alaskan fish dealer.
Yeah.
Our Rip and Rag, good for people who have microfiber texture sensitivities. So far, the only suitable weave I've found is mixed. So Rip and Rag is not going to probably be that. But with that said, it's a 70-30 blend. So compared to the 90-10, 95-5 blends that most people with microfiber sensitivities have, this will be a night and day difference.
Yeah, because generally those people, like Delaney is one with major microfiber sensitivities. She just freaks out at the feel of them. So generally, I feel like most of the people with those sensitivities is where it like sticks to you almost, static, and it feels like it catches on your dry skin that you don't have. And so I would say no. So Delaney has major microfiber sensitivities, and she has never mentioned that before, and she uses Rip and Rags all the time. She's never mentioned it. So I'm going to say that's probably pretty safe because she's
mileage may vary.
Yeah, she's very sensitive to it.
In the Rip and Rag, the 12x12 is just the standard, not even the ultras.
Right.
Those right there for electronics, cleaning your phone, cleaning your glasses, cleaning your laptop, your computer screens, all that. It's suitable for all those different things. So again, no matter, anybody will need Rip and Rags is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So you just need to
Super
give them
tight, low pile.
Give them the $15 30 count and say, here you go. And they go, what's this? Oh, is this for this? You have to forcibly tell them, just replace your paper towels with these, and they'll be hooked. Yeah.
No,
and they'll thank you forever.
Yeah. I wanted to get Dan's up there, though, because I know some people can be a little iffy on that, but it's fair to say.
Yeah.
All right. Joey popping in the chat here. Take him, Sydney.
Joey, hey friends, miss you all. Hope you're doing well. I used Christmas ONR last night. Brisk 50 degrees, hot bucket of water, and good tunes. It smells amazing.
Nice.
That's awesome. He did post that he got that. Yeah, I was a little jealous.
So they call it good night.
Yeah. Can I still order it?
Yes. So just to give people an idea, when we said this is limited, it is limited, right? Okay. I will tell you that the bottle total that we ordered was in the just hundreds.
Okay.
Right. So we didn't have a massive amount to begin with because we wanted to make it limited.
Okay.
And same thing with Optimum as well. I think the batch quantity for them was also in the hundreds.
Yeah.
So we have sold 2/3 of our stock in 1 week.
Okay. Cool. I'll place another order.
Because it went live last week around this time when we actually launched the O&R, the Christmas edition. So it's only been live for 1 week.
Okay.
We've sold 2/3 of our stock in the hundreds. Sweet. And so we have just a little bit left. And once it's gone, it's gone. We're not reordering anymore.
Cool.
And neither is Optimum making anymore.
Okay.
It will be the end of this batch for this year.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
I'll order
Megan
as soon
here?
as we're done.
Megan says, what sort of detail spray should I take out of the rotation on a ceramic coated car? This is for use as a drying aid. I would honestly, if you feel like if you're clogging towels, if you're finding that you have too much ceramic on the surface or too much buildup, you really only need like essentially paint gloss is all you really need. You know, you don't really need much more than that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people like to use these true ceramic sealants as a drying aid, and it's really kind of overkill, to be honest. So I would cut out your Defender and ceramic sealant, anything that truly says ceramic in the title. But I mean, paint gloss and things like that make an excellent drying aid.
Yeah, and they smell nice too.
Yeah,
love that smell.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, I've got Luke Berge with a super chat. Everybody clap. That's what we do when we get a super chat. Holy smokes.
Holy smokes.
I'm going to imagine Gabe is clapping too.
I was clapping. I promise.
All right. What's he saying, Sid?
Oh my goodness. I knew you were going to ask me.
Good luck reading it.
What's going on, you beautiful towel fluffers? Hello from the beautiful Odyssey of the Seas, currently docked in Nassau, Bahamas.
Ooh.
He's on is this a different cruise? Luke?
He's on a cruise like every time.
I feel like he's only joining us for Q&A Thursday when he's on a freaking cruise.
Can we get some cruise
Better
videos, Luke?
I know.
I want to see that.
Did you,
I want to see those.
Luke, did you go on, I was on the Oasis of the Seas. That was my first cruise I ever went on. Have you done the Oasis, or is the Odyssey like the upgraded one?
Oh, the belly flop competition is on the cruise ship.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
I would watch that.
Wow, that makes so much more sense.
Luke, what do they win? Because that's...
Take some video. Be a friend.
Yeah.
That's got to be brutal, though. Oh, the landings.
You're just telling me we're freezing our freaking butts off here, and he's over on a cruise ship watching people do a belly flop competition while he's probably drinking something delicious?
And I'm sure they have been, too.
Wow. I'm jealous, man. Enjoy, Luke.
Learning so much. Thank you, Luke. Seriously. That's really, really awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, Neil White here with a Hey TRC. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Well, we did talk at length about it, but we hope you did, too. Okay. Then I've got Z here popping by saying hello. TRC crew, just passing by to say hi. We'll catch up on the podcast later. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right. We got a question from the Bays. I'm going to let Sydney handle this one from the Bays Mesa.
Perfect. Question on Crystal Wash. I've seen some demos applying it to a wet vehicle. Shouldn't it be applied dry? Also, I've seen rinse it off before foaming or foam right on top. What's the proper method? So the proper method is to not apply it to a wet vehicle. Now, that's not saying that, if you had to rinse, if the vehicle was super muddy and you needed to rinse it off first, do you need to dry it before you do Crystal Wash? No, go ahead and use it. Just know that it's not going to work completely as intended, but you can still use it. But proper application is just spray it on a dry vehicle, let it dry, and then you can just go straight into your normal wash. You do not need to rinse it off. You can, but you do not need to. So you can go straight into your foam. I always liken these to things that what that other gentleman was asking about, how to speed up his process, is don't do extra steps when they don't have a purpose. So you can rinse off Crystal Wash, but you're just wasting a rinse and time. I foam right over it or go into rinseless wash. Yeah.
So you don't get interference or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Good to know. And Luke Berge, I was on the Oasis 4 cruises ago.
Oh, sorry, Luke. I mean, how how could I forget?
So funny.
I'm so sorry.
How can we forget? He goes on so many cruises we can't keep track.
I know.
That's wild. Does he go by himself?
This has got to be like Luke's like thing in life. Like he wants to experience every cruise, in the world, and then he's going to be in documentaries and ideally write like a review page for, cruises.
Yeah.
It's impressive, really.
All right, Joe Walensky says, when do the Color Burst towels come back in stock? A complete space. Forgot to get one. Joey, that's a great question. We will touch more up on that in next week's Q&A. So we'll probably do. And kind of give you an idea of what that looks like.
No answers yet. All right, so we got Luke here wondering, he's due for some new tools, like a foam cannon and a pressure washer gun. Any suggestions on how long someone is going to have to wait till they can spend said money? I think he's eyeballing the H2O line. We've already said vaguely when it's coming out, but let's remind people.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at March, so about 3 more months, 90 days, and they should be available. That's when the goal is to have everything ready to go by TR-SEMA, and which right now everything is set and planned to land about that time and be ready to rock and roll. What will happen though most likely is we will have the launch edition gun will be the first to go out, and that will be ideally what will happen is the launch edition will launch first. People will be able to place their orders, get that, and then you'll be able to get that limited edition titanium plate gun. And following that would be the launch of the full line. It kind of depends on timing. It's either the limited edition titanium plate version will go out for the first 200, and then shortly after that, the full line will be ready for sale, or the full line will be ready for sale, and the titanium plates would be a part of that batch, and just the first 200 that go out the door, people will receive the titanium. It just, right now we're struggling because there are so many people that want the launch edition that I'm kind of worried that if we launched at the same time and people don't know when the cutoff is, there might be there might be a mob that breaks out, and I don't want that. So to avoid that, it may be available for sale separately beforehand or as its own listing. That's all.
Interesting.
Hope that information helps. It just, we knew there would be some demand for this gun set when people saw it, but it's significantly more than what we thought. So which is a great thing. But people like what we made, so we're excited.
Yeah, and for those who have no idea what we're talking about, keep your eyes peeled. Come around March, April next year, so not too far away, for the H2O, the Ultra H2O line here from TRC. Right, next up we've got Dark Dragon 525. Hello everyone, happy post-Thanksgiving. When does the 1500 denim colorverse drop?
So that, also stay tuned. Give us about another week. We're trying to figure out a couple different things involving the full line of colorburst towels. Nothing we can chime in on yet. Just give me a little bit more time.
Okay.
But we know that people, obviously, they like the colors, which is awesome.
They're very excited. I understand. Joey didn't know they were allowed to leave the table. You're not chained to it after all. And then I've got Steve, who had a good question here. What was that gray block? I missed it. It was actually a white block when it started, but gray is the color it ended up being. It's a melamine block, kind of like a magic eraser kind of style thing. But that's what Gabe was using along with some chemicals on the trim. So it was actually doing a good job of kind of breaking it down. Anthony, you could probably get more details on that.
Steve, I just go back. I went into excruciating detail prior, so we'll just go back and just I'd go and probably watch that again so Sydney doesn't have to suffer through that again. Next up.
All right. Next up, we got Steve wondering, what is the official scent of P&S release?
Oh, man. I don't know what it's called. I mean, it's just kind of a fresh, clean scent. So I'm not sure all what goes into it. It's not like a single scent. It's kind of complex scent, and I think they just call it like fresh and clean.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
So fresh and so clean. Okay.
Yeah.
EJB here wondering, for trim coatings such as Trim Plus from ADS, do you have to clean the white chalky stuff off the trim, or do these products just mask it?
Yeah.
If you were extremely worried, you could technically hit it like what we did with a clean eraser, and then you can go back and panel wipe it. In this instance, like I'm going to do the cowling, I'm just going to panel wipe it, and then I'm going to go into restoring my trim. So,
yeah.
Obviously a good wash.
Yeah. If it has that like growth of oxidation, I would try to get that off first, because otherwise, that surface is not going to be smooth.
Freaking hat.
So when it grows like that into like cancerous oxidation, I would get that off first. Gabe's
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, you're setting the stage, and you don't want to have stuff in the way when you're trying to set the table there.
Yeah.
All right. Then I've got Luke here wondering, with an older bottle of Hyperseal, if he could do the same thing we saw Gabe doing, where he was just applying it and then just zapping it with the pressure washer and unlocking the potential.
I think
right
that's
away.
the best use for it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Have
an
an old
older gen
bottle,
bottle
sure.
would still work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's held true. I mean, I really, really like that combo. So if you really want a good topper again, and you're not wanting to coat necessarily now, definitely get that. It's good stuff.
All right. Next up, we got a question about a product that I happen to love a lot and doesn't really get talked about, really, ever. So, Sid, let's have you cover this.
All right. So Todd said, what is the recommended wash method for the fender defender? Can I wash that with normal laundry? I do. I mean, I wash it with my towels, not with my normal laundry, because I'm still wanting, no softeners or scents, but I just wash it in rags to riches with my towels.
Yep. Totally.
It usually goes with my drying towels and my glass towels, like it goes with my clean load. But yeah, I just wash it with rags to riches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we've got Ronnie Yacht here. What's he saying, Anthony?
I will use a water-activated spray sealant on cars that I am derailing, and the water behavior is flat. I believe he's meant to say detailing. It makes blow and towel drying so much easier. I'll be polishing anyway, so soon worries. Good. Awesome.
Okay.
Got it.
Then Enthusiast Detailing, just saying, hey, looks like his avatar is a Detail Factory brush on a grill.
Nice.
And then we got Nathan here. What's Nathan saying, Sid?
He says, let's say I spray an APC in my carpet to clean it. Would PNS release be a good neutralizer while vacuuming? No, it does not neutralize it. Actually, you want to use like a peroxide is going to be what's going to neutralize it. You can still use the release, obviously, while vacuuming, but anytime I spray an APC or carpet bomber on carpet, I'm still going to use the actual neutralizer, which is the finisher. But so it will kind of do what you're thinking, but not totally neutralize it. So I would still use finisher.
All right. Then I've got DIY with Kane reacting a little bit to the price of Hyperseal, because I know it's not the cheapest product out there, but it's extremely effective. So it's definitely nice to have, but not a need to have, because there are a lot of good products out there you can get.
Yeah, and kind of one thing that's interesting about Hyperseal, I started using Hyperseal years ago before it was really available to the public. I had like some kind of underground hookup for it or something. I don't remember specifically, but I used to use it all the time. And what I feel about it is there's something different about the viscosity of it, that it actually takes you a long time to go through a 16-ounce bottle. I mean, it goes a long way. Yeah.
I don't think you'll go through that bottle fast at all.
Yeah.
It might take you 2 years, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it used to last me forever, and I was using it in a shop setting. So, whatever is different about it, it's totally different than, say, like Defender. Like, it could not be any more different. And so, I would go through probably, 4 bottles of Defender in the same time that I would Hyperseal. Wow. So it is kind of expensive, but I promise, like, it goes a long way.
And that's kind of the optimum way, too. I mean, a lot of their stuff tends to be much more efficient when compared to
I mean, it just
other
spreads
products.
a lot further. So even if you're doing 3 sprays on a panel, that might even be too much.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then I got Ronnie Yacht saying he's going to go order some. So
Nice.
he's a fan.
Nice.
Then we got Buff Tony. Powdered Donut was my nickname in high school.
Oh, he's so funny. He had so many nicknames in high school.
He's always got new ones.
Anytime I say anything weird like that, he's like, that was my nickname in high school. And I fell for it for about 2 years.
How did you know?
What are your thoughts on using an APC like ADS Clean first on wheels and wheel wells, then hitting it with a foaming rinseless like O&R Hyperfoam and rinsing it with a non? Yeah, I mean, you could probably stop after the O&R Hyperfoam, to be honest. You don't really have to go with a non-foaming rinseless afterwards. The whole goal is to really, if it's an APC like that, depending on the dilution that you're using it, will really depend on, what you really have to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Depending on the dilution of that will depend on how much you have to neutralize, right? I mean, if you're rocking pure straight ADS, clean, then you probably need a lot more running liquid than just hitting it with one spray. Basically, it's just there's a volume at some point, right, where you just need more volume of something.
Yeah.
But I do think that if it's a diluted APC, a little O&R Hyperfoam in a foam cannon, you're done. Just let it dry at that point.
All right. Yep. And then I got Joey here saying, to me, Christmas O&R equals cinnamon and peppermint, while GFX equals cinnamon, apple, pine.
Yeah.
I don't think he's too far off. I can see that.
Yeah. I'm going to find those darn ribbon candies before next week.
Are you?
Yeah, those ribbon candies. I'd never seen those before you showed them.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No, I'm going to find some.
Never had. All right. And then I think this is the same comment again from Success, so we'll go on. And Dark Dragon pointing out he thinks they're both rather cinnamon forward. Now, I know the cinnamon was introduced a little later in the game when it came to like the O&R one, because they were trying a lot of different scents, and they found that to get that more Christmassy feel, you got to have a spice in there. You got to have something that goes beyond just the other scents.
Yeah.
GM Car Care. Hello, guys. I'm going to be honest. I use Koshemi in the summer. He's saying GFX specifically.
Why not? Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right. That's why we all love Christmas in July.
Yeah. That's absolutely
like a legit thing. Whoa. Gabe's throwing stuff across the studio.
Ooh. Now, this is an interesting one. Anthony, what do you think about this? Mark.
Has P&S ever considered a foaming waterless wash? I don't know.
Nope.
I was going to say, that's a pretty easy, straightforward answer.
Nope.
It just kind of feels like yet another niche that,
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So foaming waterless wash, I guess.
Maybe it means a rinseless instead of a waterless, because people use purled like that a little bit from time to time.
Yeah, I've just never found that, foaming rinseless washes, you've still got to somehow... You still have to die down the surfactant, right? That's making
you reintroduce the rinsing step, which was the whole point of not doing. You can wipe it off,
but I can promise you, it's not on the product outlook list. I can promise you that.
It's just not the same.
Yeah,
just prefer the polymer rinseless personally for many reasons, but that being chiefly among them. All right, next up we've got Stealth. Well, actually, Anthony, did you have any thoughts on that before I move on?
No, not really.
Not feeling it. Okay. Stealth,
no,
GR4.
I'm not feeling it. I don't know. That's I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to say.
All right, take it, Anthony.
So Stealth GR4 says, good afternoon, everyone. Quick question regarding Stout. What is the pH resistance on that coating? Going to be experimenting with the Chemex line of products, Stars and Stripes combo, Old Glory. I think pH resistant on Stout should be anywhere from... I would assume 1 to probably 14-ish. There's going to be a certain point at which resistance, I should say. Now when it's going to start degrading the coating, it's going to be your far ends of that. I just don't know what is going to be the more.
It's going to be pretty resistant to most chemicals. That's part of the reason that we have coatings is for chemical resistance. Now, the one thing that you may see that this is where I find that these kind of testing can go wrong is that there is products that will scar a coating, but it doesn't mean that it's permanent. Like the coating will usually recover on its own after a few hours. So there is ones that will like temporarily scar them, or, it doesn't really degrade them. It just kind of shocks that surface until it like dries and kind of like gases off, if you will. I don't know if that's the right word, but
off gases.
Yeah, and so that's kind of hard because people will look for an immediate reaction, and you won't always get that. And so, but what I do know is the resistance is so good that I don't really know of any chemicals that you can actually damage the makeup of it or the reaction from it. Now, obviously, as a coating wears, so we're still, there's no cars out there with stout that's older than, 2 years old. And so once we get down into that like 5 to 7 years, you might be able to wear it a little bit faster. And as we all know about coatings, it's really difficult to get those hydrophobic properties to go all the way, through the entire coating. And so it's still there and it's still doing its job. It just may not have the hydrophobics. So you could wear that down a little bit faster. But I mean, like I say, most of the coatings, if you shock them, they're going to recover on their own within a few hours, honestly. And that's the part that people don't really put that into the testing.
Yeah, totally.
All right. And then I've got Super Auto here, better late than never, as always, popping in here at the end. But he's saying, doesn't TRC carry a new foaming rinseless by Optimum? Now, that's a rinseless. That's different than a foaming waterless, as he said. Yeah. But I think he may have meant rinseless.
Do carry the foaming rinseless, yes. By
it's Optimum, an acquired taste, though. Not everybody is going to want to use that kind of product. And there are more ways to use that than just as what it says on the bottle. You can use it as a decon, so it's maybe a little heavier duty.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this last week, but there's just going to be people that like that type of rinseless, the surfactant-based ones. Personally, I don't. That is completely like a personal, I would never judge somebody for using a surfactant-based rinseless. It's just not my jam. Because if I'm going to use a surfactant, I'm going to go for, there's really great foaming soaps out there. So, soap? Yeah. And so, it's one of those things, but I can promise you, like going back to the question with PNS, that is never a goal of ours because we have a polymer-based rinseless and we really like the polymers that are in our rinseless wash. So it's not something we'll ever come out with, but it doesn't mean that the Optimum one is probably great. I have not personally used it. I've heard it's great. I've heard great things about it, but there's certain things that speak to different manufacturers, and it doesn't mean that any one is more right than the other. It's just, not something that's even on our whiteboard.
Sure. And I've got Dan here popping in. Hoseless washing question. Is there a level of dirtiness where I have to pressure wash the car first? It costs me about $11 at the self-serve car wash to pressure wash dirt off of my RS4. And then he also follows up with another question, but I'll get to those. We'll do it one at a time.
So, Dan, I would say with your winter being here now, your time to probably do that would be if there is so much sand and grit on the exterior of the car to where you are finding that just you utilizing the car is causing you to brush up that sand and grit up onto the paint. Yeah. That's probably the time to do it. And that's where I would call it. And that's because of not so much maybe the damage that you'll do, but if you park the car at a parking lot or if you're going shopping or whatever it is and somebody's squeezing past your car, brushes up against it, or a kid runs his hands down your car and you have just actual sand like particulates on the vehicle, you just don't want that really gouging your paint, digging in there. Yeah. So at that point where I'm probably trying to get rid of that kind of stuff with a pressure wash. But if you've got a decent amount of film or just muck from the snow and all that, just pre-treat it with an APC, rinse it off to the best of your ability, and then move on. The goal really, again, isn't probably have a detailed, perfectly washed vehicle, especially with your climate. It's to get those major contaminants off.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this one's directed at Sydney. Sydney, did you get in on the fish, or are you not a seafood human?
I am not a seafood human, and you guys will laugh because the only thing that I really eat is I'll eat Gordon's fish sticks.
Okay.
Those are pretty sure those are
mostly
chicken.
breading.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that's really fish.
Mostly breading.
Yeah, mostly breading. So I don't really eat fish. I do like seafood. I eat shrimp and I eat crab and lobster.
Okay.
But
interesting.
I would never eat squid or calamari, whatever that is, the curly squid. Yeah.
Crustaceans are fair
oysters.
game,
So you never had an oyster then?
No,
fish.
and I would never.
She would
how much? How much to get you to eat an oyster?
No.
Like how much money?
Nope. I would do a shot of Fireball before I would eat an oyster.
Oh, that Fireball's not that bad. So if how much for you to do a shot of Fireball with an oyster? Give me a number. Like a realistic number. 20,000.
Well, I would probably need to do 3 shots of Fireball.
Okay.
That's a gnarly combo.
Okay. $10,000. Would you do it? Stop it, Sid. This is not even if you're thinking about this is crazy.
Oh, man.
15 or 20.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Last comment here from
pickle
Dan.
cost you $30,000.
Oh, no way. That bad?
Yeah.
Okay, and Carson doesn't get any because he likes Subaru's. Kidding. Now, I told Carson that he can have... What is the lesser of the two fishes? Is it the rockfish or the salmon? Because I like the salmon. I've never had a rockfish before, but I'm just assuming it's probably pretty good as well. I kind of want to give Carson that because of the fact he drives a Subaru. But he's actually selling it today, ideally.
I feel like he's trying to break his Subaru habit.
He is, and I'm proud of him. He's growing up.
He is growing up. He's got bigger dreams than me.
Yeah, he does. ADS tire cleaner diluted 4-to-1 makes a pretty good wheel and tire maintenance cleaner. Nice. Okay.
All right. Then we got Luke here wanting to shout out Noco jumpers as well.
Nice.
What's he saying?
Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So Luke says Noco jumpers are fantastic. I've sold ones that can start semi-trucks with no batteries and a single-digit temps. Yes, I'm so excited.
That's impressive, actually.
So excited. Yeah.
Right. Then I've got Lloyd G, the detailer. Love to use Undressed whenever I need a dedicated tire cleaner.
Same. I do
Shout
love me some
out.
Undressed. Yep.
I'm so slow in thinking about going on a poker cruise somewhere warm.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Escape the chill.
Andy, yeah, enjoy. Get out there. Live it up.
All
I've
right.
heard California's kind of slow right now. They're like, I don't know if they're having weather or what, but I hear that from a lot of California detailers that they're slow.
Really?
Anthony, you've had a lot of practice with these, but I know, Sid, you can absolutely weigh in too, just on this particular topic.
Yeah.
Alessio.
Is there really a foam quality difference between cheap found anywhere foam cannons and premium brand foam cannons? So I'll give my opinion first and then Anthony can give his. So I still have the cheap ones. Is there a difference? Absolutely. There is a difference for sure. Do I mind using the cheap ones? Not necessarily, but there is definitely something to be said for using a nice foam cannon. I know last week we were filming some videos and I got to use the H2O one and I liked it. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. It was really nice because I do primarily use the cheap ones at home because I don't foam that often, right? And I have an old MTM that I've had forever and it's great, but then I have a couple cheap ones off Amazon that I use. But I do definitely think, when I come here and I use the good ones or if I pull out my MTM, there is a difference for sure.
Yep. My turn. So... yes, there's absolutely a difference. I'm trying to see how to. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this in a way that I think is very easy for everybody to understand without any questions asked. So, a cheaper foam cannon, will it create foam? Absolutely. It oftentimes will actually produce insanely good foam, right? The problem with that is that most of these foam cannons, these cheap ones, right, they have an orifice in them that is not designed for your pressure washer. And so what's ended up happening is that your pressure washer is essentially trying to work hard, it's working harder by trying to push liquid through a smaller hole, whatever the orifice size may be, right, for that pressure washer or for that foam cannon. And you are essentially damaging your pressure washer. You don't really know that you're doing it, but you're creating amazing, just killer thick shaving cream foam, right? Ideally, what you're trying to do is you're going to try to find a foam cannon that has an orifice size in there that is going to be safe for your pressure washer and not damage anything, but also still produce an adequate amount of foam, right? So when it comes to a premium versus a cheap one, oftentimes the drop resistance of them isn't great. Usually comes with one orifice size. It's usually a brass internals or just an entirely brass created, upper metal area, and then your container itself is usually relatively cheap as well, and usually will break. So cheap foam cannons, if Will they do the job most of the time? Absolutely. Are they replaceable when they're that cheap? Yeah, they probably should be, because you'll probably go through quite a few of them. When you jump into a premium foam cannon, like something that we're creating, it's something that's rebuildable. It's something that's serviceable. It's going to use better quality materials, things like stainless steel, things like a wide mouth bottle that's going to be more drop resistant, more adjustability overall, and kind of the ability to customize, again, with being able to swap out the orifices on there and being able to do more with it. So realistically, instead of buying 3 foam cannons a year that are cheap, that often will break, right, and you're spending, let's just say, anywhere from, I don't know, $60 to $150, depending on how much you spend. Ideally, you buy the nicer foam cannon for however much it is, under $100 ideally, and then at that point you use it, abuse it for maybe multiple years, and then at some point you do a rebuild on it to make it like new again, and then you keep the party going. So that really is the difference. I mean, it's buy once, cry once in some sense, but it depends on just how much you're wanting to spend. I can tell you that what we're trying to produce here is not going to be something that's going to break the bank, but it's definitely going to be for our audience and a more premium version than anything cheap.
That's the goal. Take the mantra of like Ultra and all the other products you see, especially like the air tools and stuff, and apply that to pressure washing.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to explain that to where it's like, I don't want people to freak out and be like, oh my gosh, is my foam cannon damaging my pressure washer? Well, no, I don't want to say that, but again, you can create some pretty killer foam depending on the orifice size that you put inside your foam cannon. But you just got to be smart about it.
But I've also seen some horror stories of what happens when people put incompatible, tools with their pressure washers. Seem to remember some smoky, fiery mistakes.
Oh, totally. I mean, again, I don't want to say you're overvolt. I mean, technically you're overvolting, but like that motor is just working incredibly hard to do what it needs to do, and when that is happening, there's usually some pretty big signs of that happening, and most oftentimes I'd say it's usually less likelihood with a foam cannon, but more likely with the nozzle that you put on the end of the pressure washer gun is where you'll see that, right? If you're
like a car where you're blocking the exhaust and it needs to go somewhere.
If you have if you have like an active 2.0 and you're running it with a 3.0 orifice size on your sprayer, your nozzle, right? Then that motor's gonna get pretty hot and it's gonna probably cook itself.
Maybe that's why mine started on fire.
Oh, that could be it.
Oh, man.
I think that's why Gabe started on fire, too.
This next comment, I want Gabe's mic open for this one because he's going to have to respond to this one.
What is it?
All right. Here comes Peter Cournage. This dude just clayed the car without a contact wash first. Doesn't matter what car it is.
Yes, I did. I did do that. The reason why is on the active, the first wash I did with active foam, it melts away a lot of the grime. The other thing too is factor-wise, Peter, this car really needs a good polish. That's the plain Jane fact. So the big thing is, yes, we could do a contact wash. Ultimately, we're gonna go and do a polish on this wash. But in the meantime, the big thing is a lot of the contaminations melted off, coming back with the GSF, with a pH neutral, then we're able to utilize the soap with the clay. Now keep in mind there's a reason why we use foam versus just going into water. The foam actually has that barrier, so it's not really causing any more damage to the paint, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I did prioritize. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, and for me too, like for instance, oftentimes the cars that I detail dealership, auction cars. So I do this process, and then typically, instead of adding hyperfoam like I did in this case, I go right into the polishing method. So after it's done, it's dry, I then polish the paint, and that way it saves me an extra step of having to, do the contact wash with the mint.
Yeah, and I wanted to point out on this particular
figured that question
car,
might come
this
up.
was, and somebody's always going to say something. No matter what you do, it's going to rub somebody the wrong way.
I
but
know.
when it comes to detailing, there's obviously different approaches. Not everything has to be a one-size-fits-all. But in the case of this car, I did frame today's Q&A as a daily driver sort of Q&A. So you're looking at a car that sees regular, everyday use. It's not perfect. It goes camping. It has dogs in it. All kinds of stuff happens.
It's pretty. The paint's pretty thrashed too, Peter.
Yeah.
So
it just needs attention.
Yeah.
But it can't get all of that today.
It can't get all of that, and we're trying to get it as nice as possible so it'll last, especially through winter months. But yeah, that's pretty much my go-to process. I mean, it's been pretty solid for me. It's something that even I go back and I do check on it, because I had the same question myself when I first kind of derived it, I guess, for my process-wise. And it doesn't add any additional marring to the paint surface, essentially. Now, if done right? So if you do it wrong, I don't know. Then the question could be. Anyway.
I will say that due to probably the clay media that he's using with the ultra clay scrubber, he's more so fine. He's increasing his risk maybe marginally by a few percent. That ultra clay scrubber, it because it holds soap and water, and because it can release it as it's going, the light in that, because it has perforations in it and somewhere where dirt can go, it's less likely that he's going to be causing any major damage. I'd actually be more concerned if he was just using a traditional clay bar, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. I want Sydney to answer this next question from Jeff C. Always giving us a nice, thorough question.
How do the Buff and Shine Euro wool pads compare to the old Rupes wool pads before they were quote unquote upgraded? Any chance of them coming out with a wool foam pad with the edge guard? So first, the Euro wool pads, Buff and Shine, sources their own wool. The wool pads have been around for a long time. Rich always, advances them as he sees fit with what's in the marketplace. For me, I think that, wool pads a lot of them are pretty similar. So as far as the wool portion, they're just going to be similar because that's what's available in the market. Now, where I think the Euro wool ones stand out is with the foam interfacing. So that is something that was added in the last year, was the different colors of interfacing in them, which has really given them a different bite to the paint and made them much more pleasurable to use. So I really love the new Euro wool pads. Any chance of them coming out with a foam edge guard? Probably not. That is just physics. It would be really hard, with foam, you can cut it in that shape. Wool is not going to hold that shape of the edge guard, because part of the edge guard is there's obviously the portion that wraps around the polymer ring, but then it also extends beyond that edge. And so that would be very difficult to figure out how to extend that edge and have it hold up and not delaminate, because you are wrapping, a natural fiber around a piece of foam. So just the design of it would be difficult. I mean, that's not to say that Rich hasn't looked at it and he's been playing with it. But I wouldn't count on that probably in a wool coming out anytime soon. Yeah. Okay. It's just because of physics and design. I mean, it's just impossible to make it hold that shape.
Yep. Oh, hey guys, Trim Plus is doing work. Armor Detail Supply. I don't know if that's Bradley or DJ, but I'm assuming it's one of them. So, what did Gabe use on the headlights? Gabe used the KCX headlight restoration kit.
Heck yeah, dude.
Looks good.
It looks really good.
We used a lot of products today.
You did. You're a jack of all trades over there. Doing great.
Master of none, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're doing something.
Sydney, what else have you
3D
wants
printed?
to know?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I have 3D printed reindeer. I have done like a holder for my mixer parts, like the spatula and stuff that go to the Cuisinart. What is that thing called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
one of those.
Like the head form?
Yeah. I've done all kinds of like inappropriate coasters and... Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas decorations.
How much has the filament been for the...
It's not that much. I mean, I spent a lot kind of getting a lot of different colors because I like a lot of different colors. But what's cool is when you go to print something, it tells you how much you're spending. So like a lot of the stuff, like some of the Christmas ornaments and stuff, they're like 14 cents. And then so it's kind of crazy.
How long does it take most of them to print?
I would say like an average of 3 to 4 hours. I know that tonight I leave on a plane at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so tonight I have to start this Air Jordan shoe pin holder for Mike. Like it's the black and red, like Air Jordan, and it's a pin holder. And it's going to take 38 hours or something to print. Wow. So it's like a day and a half.
Wow.
Literally. So I'm going to start it tonight when I leave, and it'll be done sometime.
Is it fun when you get home and you're like, it's done,
Yeah.
and then you just go over and peel it off, and
Yeah.
it's kind of an exciting thing?
Yeah. So it's super fun. So I usually like set something before I go to bed, and then while I work, and some stuff takes like 7 hours. But
Sid actually printed me this little fidget spinner thing.
that you dropped. I heard you drop
and I drop it. I also think I broke it because it stopped spinning. I don't know how it stopped, but it just did. So I need to fix that here after the show's over. But I was actually been enjoying it the entire time.
I got 3 more comments I want to get to before we round out, but they're kind of short, so we'll do these.
Looking for a
ones.
3-inch polisher, but DIY. Any recommendation? Go to Harbor Freight. Pick yourself up a little 3-inch there. Great. Or a Porter cable.
Yeah.
If you're just if you're just looking for a DIY, not looking to spend too much money, I usually tell people to get their feet wet with something cheaper, and then move on to something like the Flex or a Rupes or something.
Yeah. Another cheap one that I kind of like that's kind of nice is the griots.
I was going to say, yes,
that's
the
a good
Griot's
little
ones
machine.
are good.
Yep,
Yeah.
Griot's
And
great,
those
too.
often, like, especially because of the holidays, like watch for them to go on sale.
Totally.
I know some places like Auto Geek will have just the griots polishers on sale. A lot of times polishers are excluded, but the griots seem to have area for room to move, and so the griots 3-inch is a really great machine.
Sweet.
Excellent. Then I got 2 more. So this one here from colleague Carlos, who saw us during SEMA. What's one detailing product you think is still underrated, even by experienced detailers? I mean, I'll say the Fender Defender. I'll throw that out there.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people use those.
Gotcha.
Underrated.
You say something you use today. Hyperseal. There you go, Gabe.
Yeah, I was going to say
true.
Hyperseal is definitely one of them. Seriously, guys, this stuff is insane how hydrophobic it is, and it gives you a show. So like when we talk a lot about Anthony and Sydney, they talk a lot about the wash process and chemicals that wash experience. Anthony loves chemicals that smell and obviously perform. This is definitely one of those that performs, and it shows it right out of the gate. So that's mine, OptiCoat Hyperseal. What about you guys?
Excellent.
I don't know that I really have one. I mean, I feel like all of the products that I think are underrated aren't really underrated. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to go with like a newer one, which would be Release. I still think that there's a lot of people that haven't tried it yet because they think it's, maybe like a gimmick or something. And then I think that's my favorite thing is everyone who's used it then totally gets it.
Yeah.
So I would say that's one of the more underused ones, not necessarily underrated, because once people have tried it, they rate it super high. But yeah, that's a tough one because I feel like there's not really any products that people don't think are good that really are.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll say probably Coach Chemi FSE, still very underrated for what it is. More people probably need to have that in their lineup. And G-Technic Tri-Clean is pretty underrated.
Yeah, I do like that.
Those are good ones.
That is a
Excellent.
good one. Yeah.
And this one's just the very last one. It was super auto, and I thought it was kind of a good question for Sid since she's here. I wanted her to be able to answer this one. So he's asking, hey, Sid.
Yeah, so hey Sid, regarding the chemical stain that we chatted about from APC and or decon soap, actually on ceramic coated PPF. Coating is a couple years old. Thoughts on removing the stain still the same. So that's always going to be tough when you're dealing with PPF because you can only polish so far, or with something so aggressive on PPF that honestly, like we talked about, I would try, like a therapy or hyper polish or something that is truly like, safe to use on PPF. If it's really a tough stain, honestly, sometimes it might be, depending on what part of the car it is, it might be better just to re-PPF that area. But hopefully the stains in the ceramic, you just have to kind of pay attention to where, what ceramic it is, how much is actually left on the PPF. There's so many variables in there, and that's what kind of freaks me out is that if the coating is a couple years old, there's probably not a lot left on there, to be honest. I mean, I have even seen like Legend for say, I see a lot of Legend where it's half on the PPF, half on the paint, right? And a car will come back to my shop that had Legend 4 years ago or 3 years ago. It is still active on the paint and it's really not on the PPF.
Interesting.
So my feeling is that is always so hard to know, is the stain in the ceramic or is it in the PPF? Because you cannot go ham on PPF with polishes. So that's a tough one. I would initially start with like the therapy like we talked about and see if that will smooth out that chemical stain.
Okay. Excellent. Well, and then that's just Luke Berge wishing everybody a Merry Christmas because he's wanting to make sure we don't miss it.
Luke, thank you so much, man.
Yes, thank you.
Enjoy
guys.
the vibes.
All right, we're wrapping up today's show. So, guys, anything you want to touch on before we go here?
Now, Dane, we can send this one home. Thank you guys so much for watching today. It's been fun.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel here at The Rag Company. And don't miss those Q&As, man. We have them every single Thursday. We can do it unless it's a holiday. So we try and get it out there. But we just want to say a big thank you to you. And just in case we don't see you before, wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. You take care. Have a good one. We'll see you down in the comments below. Till next time.